The time by Sagicor is
7 o'clock. CVM News at 7 headlines Thursday. Brought to you by Guardian Life. Live secure. Live easy.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, 24 babies died in 24 days at Victoria Jubilee Hospital. Court awards $120 million to man imprisoned 50 years without trial. Teacher killed, JCF spouse in hospital after murder-suicide attempt. Abducted Westmoreland businessman tells his story. In the business report, Carib Cement, a success factory for Jamaica. And in sports, first test hangs in the balance after day 2. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for Thursday, June 26, 2025. I'm Nika Lewis. There is alarm at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital, the largest referral maternity hospital in the English-speaking Caribbean. CVM TV broke news today about growing concerns regarding the number of baby deaths at the facility since the start of the month. The high number of deaths in such a short period prompted meeting and investigations. Here's Curlin Brown.
CVM News has been reliably informed the country's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa Mackenzie, has received a report into the deaths of 24 babies who died at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital nursery since the beginning of June 2025. News of the deaths prompted a high-level meeting between senior hospital staff and the Southern Regional Health Authority, SARA. The purpose of the meeting was to assess the situation and identify potential causes. A Ministry of Health official offered a preliminary explanation suggesting an increase in neonatal deaths is something observed during this time of year. The official indicated that September to October is what they call crop season, the period in which the country experiences the most births. The official, however, explicitly states there is no outbreak at the hospital, but that the hospital is reportedly experiencing higher levels of premature deliveries. CVM News attempted to contact the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Errol Green, who directed the team to SARA. The SARA chairman is currently overseas and has promised to look into the matter upon return. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton declined to comment.
Chief Medical Officer of Health for Jamaica, Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa Mackenzie, is reacting to the 24 babies who died at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital. Speaking on CVM's lead story a short while ago, she said her information is that there is no outbreak at the facility.
I don't like to be in a position to prolong a discussion that, is heartrending to some persons and for the whole population, really. I'm really saddened to hear of the number of deaths, and I want to extend my sympathies to the families. I hope they can get through this difficult period. But at the same time, we do want to reassure the public. The report does show that we have 24 deaths from the 1st of June going up until June the 24th. However, our investigations and the investigations of the region has shown that there are no outbreaks. Previously, we would have had, in years past, outbreaks of infections that would have resulted in death. This is not the situation. What we really have is that we have an increase in the number of sick babies that are coming into the nursery at Victoria Jubilee. For the month of June, we would have seen an increased bed occupancy compared to last year, June, where we had 26 persons admitted per day, each day, on the ward. That is not new admissions, but 26 persons on the ward. We are having an average of 36 on the wards at any one time. And this has gone up to 45 in some instances. So while there is not an increase in the number of births compared to last year, June, we're seeing that the number of babies that are sicker are coming into the nursery, because the nursery, when the babies are sick, they are admitted there. And of the numbers that are coming in, we are seeing an increasing number of critically ill babies. So when I look at the numbers, we would have probably been about 35% of the babies that are coming in are critically ill. We're seeing up of 50%, upwards of 50% during the first part of June that are coming in what we consider to be critically ill.
And opposition spokesman on health, Dr. Alfred Dawes, is also weighing in on the incident. According to Dr. Dawes, the situation at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital is a symptom of a health sector in crisis.
Express my condolences to the families who are grieving the loss of these babies, the parents, the extended family members and friends. It must be a very difficult time, and my heart goes out to you. This is a tragedy, but it is also a disgrace that we are having this discussion. The Ministry of Health has continued to tell Jamaicans that we are not in a crisis, that things have never been better than they are before. And anyone who speaks about the conditions that patients are facing, that staff are working under, the conditions that lead to situations like this where babies are needlessly dying, and I say needlessly because it is not a standard in Jamaica that we're used to. Whenever you have anyone speaking about these conditions, we are branded as alarmists and being hyperbolic and scoffed at. The truth is that the health sector is in shambles. And when you have 25 babies dying in 1 month, when it's not an outbreak, it shows that you have a serious deficit in treating for babies as they come into the unit. It means that you don't have adequate staff. It means that you don't have adequate resources. It means that your neonatal unit is functioning far worse than it ought to be, than by world standards. And that is why we have a death rate for neonates that is higher now than it was 20, 30 years ago. So things are by any metrics worse.
There's a twist tonight in the case of the abducted businessman in Westmoreland, Gavin Myers, who was allegedly kidnapped by men posing as police officers, is now speaking out. In an emotional interview with CVM News, he dismisses claims that he staged his own abduction and says he's still trying to process the ordeal. Raymond Morrison has the details.
Abducted, blindfolded, and unsure he would make it out alive, Westmoreland businessman Gavin Myers is recounting a nightmare that he says has changed his life.
I got the camera in the morning, but that wasn't just me. It's not like me normally got the camera so early. It was like a conversation me and a person having to sell them a truck from the previous week. So I'm talking to the person from the Thursday. Them call me and ask me a question about the truck and stuff, and I give them all of the information, and they ask me the price and I give them the price. So the person said to me, I don't have all the money yet, so I'm going to make up the money and see if I can come there tomorrow, which would be the Friday. So on the Friday now, the person called me and said, okay, I got the money, but I can't make it because by the time we reach Westmoreland, your car might go close and a town where they come from. So I say, okay, link me on the Monday. We can conduct the business then. So Monday, I didn't call the person. The person called back sometime Monday and said, listen, you can't go, you have work today, so nah, I'm going to get to make it until early Tuesday morning. So if I can come by the dealership and I can get the truck so you can go back at work at Kingston. So I say, knowing that we are talking from last week and it's so legit and stuff, I never did expect say nothing out of the way would happen. You understand?
Myers said he was taken by men posing as police officers and that he still has no idea who they were or why he was targeted.
I see a white market store pull up behind me and I say, police, don't move. So me pull up me and now feels a real police, you understand? So me never really nervous because me I say, police, I must have searched in one or something. So they just pull me in the car and say, oh, I care up a station. So I never did feel no way because I know I have nothing on me. I'm innocent.
So they may actually pose as police officers?
Yes, they pose as police officers. So I never actually feel coward or feel no way because I feel up at the station I go for you. So before me to feel away, when me find out say the actual police me I deal with, you understand? And then some me get a little bit of nervousness and I say, and then tell them I say, oh, they not kill me then. So just go and worry, you not kill me. You see me? So me kind of have like ease down, even though I'm not fret, but I mean, know some people them worry and everything see away because this thing happen so fast, still nobody don't know what happened. Me shock, still me don't know what happened. Me have to just sit down and easy myself and I say, oh, what is for my father? Yeah, man.
So where did they take it and what was the outcome?
Honestly, I don't know where they take me.
Yeah.
Because from me drive off and reach a certain point, there was a black bag over my head. So I don't see nowhere I was going. I don't know where I went. I don't know nothing.
We'll have more in part 2 of that story. Of course, CVM News at 7 continues in a moment.
News at 7 Headlines Thursday, brought to you by Guardian Life. Live secure, live easy.
Get ready for a powerful night of worship. Jesus All the Way, a fundraising worship encounter presented by the Jamaica Seventh-day Baptist Conference of Churches on Sunday, June 29, Randy Williams Entertainment Center, featuring Kevin Downswell, Rhoda Isabella, Alicia Taylor, Kevin Heath, Nadine Blair, and Perpetual Sounds of Praise. Gates open at 4 p.m. Showtime 6 p.m. Tickets available at SpurOpen.com. Jesus All the Way, a worship encounter with a purpose. Sunday, June 29, Randy Williams Entertainment Center, powered by Stuart Soto, Love FM, Mellow FM, Gospel JA, and CVM TV.
It's just joy and niceness whenever we get together, and that smile on your face is something to treasure. Yeah.
Grateful that in these special moments, I'm the one that you always chosen.
Thank you, Jamaica, for 50 years of finger-licking good memories. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Remix the summer with Digicel. 100 lucky winners win $100,000 each, plus surprises all summer. To enter, buy a SIM 7-day plan or higher, switch to Digicel, be an active postpaid or Digicel Plus customer, or receive US $15 or more from abroad. Gift a friend a plan. They could win $25,000. Remix the summer with Digicel. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Promo ends September 15, 2025. Conditions apply. Visit DigicelJamaica.com for more info. Digicel, better connected this summer.
Thanks so much for staying with us. 2 people are dead following a gun attack in Mommy Bay, St. Anne on Wednesday. CVM News understands a taxi driver operating a gray Probox motorcar was traveling from Ocho Rios to St. Anne's Bay with 3 men aboard. The routine trip, however, turned deadly when the taxi came to a stop along the highway and 2 of the 3 passengers alighted and brandished firearms, opening fire on the driver and the male passenger. The gunmen then fled the scene in a waiting motorcar. The police are continuing their investigations, hoping to get the cooperation of potential witnesses. CVM News will continue to follow this developing story. The search is on in earnest 2 days after floodwaters snatched an 11-year-old New Hope primary student on his way home from school. This week, despite no signs of life and grief in his home and school communities, hope remains for Desroy Smith. Akeem Aret has this follow-up.
Along the quiet coastline of White House, Westmoreland, the waves crashed gently today. A painful contrast to the angry floods that stole 11-year-old Desroy Smith just 2 days ago at New Hope Primary, where Desroy is a grade 5 student. The mood is heavy, not with noise, but with the unbearable silence of absence. His seat still there, his name still on the register. But today, Desroy is gone. Vice Chairman of the school board, Christopher Lewis, says the school community is drowning in grief.
It's a very sad afternoon for the school community, the teachers, the staff of New Hope Primary, and we're here to give our support and to see how best we can assist the family as we speak right now.
The school, which sits by the sea, has become a symbol of heartbreak. Lewis reminds search efforts continue.
We're trying now to possibly best with about 20-25 divers with the help of the community to see if we can find the body.
What makes it all more painful? Just hours before the tragedy, one resident says he pleaded with 2 female students to desist from playing in the same rough waters that swept Desroy away.
One of them put her foot to the water and taste it. Then the water bounce out she jaw back. So I look through the window and I say, we can't make them 2 little girls kill themselves. Because I come like them don't understand. So I just get up and call to them and say, listen to little girls. Oh no, don't do that because the water go take on away.
The culvert where Desroy fell remains dangerously exposed. The residents are demanding that something be done urgently.
It needs to build up, it needs to go higher. Because it's too low. It needs to open and go higher. We need a taller system right there, so.
As Desroy's name echoes through the halls he once walked and his smile still flickers in the memories of families and friends, the sea still guards its secret. The heart of White House cries for a young boy who should have made it home. Akeem Oret, CVM News.
A deadly domestic dispute has rocked the small community of Beecham Town in St. Mary. A teacher was killed and her spouse allegedly in hospital following that incident. More in this report.
Shock and heartbreak in Essex St. Mary after 21-year-old school teacher Dejanay Graham was shot and killed allegedly by her police officer spouse. Among those now grappling with the tragedy is Ken Roy, a friend of the deceased who says he's known her since she was a baby and that the senseless act was fueled by jealousy.
What's your relations to her?
Bring her from basic school straight up to all the age, coming up to high school, went up thing.
How would you express to us or explain to us what you heard transpired yesterday, how you feeling about what happened yesterday?
I'm here from last night. That's a jealousy caused that.
Robinson also says Graham had been working at the Beecham Hill Primary and Infant School to save money for college. He says what makes the grief even harder to process is that they had welcomed her spouse into their home, fed him and treated him like their own. Now they're left questioning why he would commit such a horrendous act.
What's the mood though of the family member that you have spoken with since you have been here from last night?
The grief, because they say they're taking me in and they feed him and they close him. I don't know why he did that.
Ken Roy says he is deeply hurt by the loss.
I hurt so bad, I hurt. It's come like my child. Come like my child.
Norma Nugent, too, another member of the community, described her as a nice and kind person. She also says it's the first time something of this nature is happening in their community, and Dejanay's death is a true tragedy.
What's your name, ma'am?
Norma Nugent.
Miss Nugent, you have known the deceased for how long?
From birth.
Give us a story, the backdrop about her.
Oh, she's a nice girl, kind, loving. A person you can always talk to. Mm-hmm. She's friendly and she's very, 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 very kind.
We heard that.
Yeah. She works at the school. And if rain is falling, any little children she see on the road, because she drives, she'll pick them up, take them to their house and go back to hers.
Wow.
Yeah.
So indeed, this is a big loss for the community.
Yes, it is. First time this happened here.
Has anything of this magnitude ever happened here before?
Not that I know of. And I'm living here for 78 years. Because I'll be 78 on Saturday.
How did you get to know her from birth though?
From birth because the mother and father, I used to keep a shop. So they used to come there regular. And when washing time, we go that side, go wash too. So all of it, just like one. And the children then go like one, same way. But this one is a grandchild.
Michelle Christie Rose, a teacher in the infant department, says Graham taught grades 4 and 5. She says the staff is heartbroken and graduation will not be the same because a humble soul was lost.
What's your name, ma'am?
Michelle Christie Rose. I'm the teacher for the infant department.
Okay. So which department was the deceased teaching?
She was teaching grade 4 and 5. She was very easygoing, humble, quiet, easy to get along with, hardworking.
The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDICOM, is probing the matter.
There's lots more to come in CVM News at 7, right after the break.
Truth is, HIV affects everyone. Truth is, avoiding care leads to a weaker immune system. That means you could get really sick. The truth is, the hardest pill to swallow isn't the medication. It's the problems that follow when you don't take them. Let's get through this together. Remain in care. You can live life to the fullest with HIV. And that's the truth. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Remix the summer with Digicel. 100 lucky winners win $100,000 each, plus surprises all summer. To enter, buy a SIM 7-day plan or higher, switch to Digicel, be an active postpaid or Digicel Plus customer, or receive US $15 or more from abroad. Gift a friend a plan. They could win $25,000. Remix the summer with Digicel. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Promo ends September 15, 2025. Conditions apply. Visit DigicelJamaica.com for more info. Digicel, better connected this.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Now to regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. A new governor of the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago has been confirmed, following the revocation of the appointment of the previous governor, Dr. Alvin Hilaire, with immediate effect, in a move still shrouded in uncertainty, as we hear from Trinidad and Tobago News.
Former Finance Minister Larry Hawaii received his letter of appointment as the new governor of the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago from Finance Minister Devendranath Tanku on Wednesday. The Finance Ministry said that this follows a request made to the President by Cabinet on Tuesday to revoke the appointment of the governor of the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Alvin Hilaire, with immediate effect. But the public will have to wait for an official explanation regarding why Dr. Hilaire's appointment was revoked. As the Finance Ministry said, further information will be provided by the government in the coming days. However, Dr. Hilaire's dismissal comes on the heels of the impasse between the Central Bank and the Auditor General, who alleged that she was not allowed to access the bank's accounts. The Finance Ministry said that Minister Tanku welcomes Mr. Hawaii, a man with proven financial experience and also with an outstanding track record, to his new role, and further extends immense gratitude to the new Central Bank governor on his willingness to accept the position in the service of the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
In Cayman, the state opening of Parliament came on Wednesday, with immigration and an amendment to establish term limits for civil servants on the agenda. More from CIG TV.
Parliament and the first meeting of the 2025-2026 session commenced at the House of Parliament today, with Her Excellency the Governor, Mrs. Jane Owen, delivering her address to Parliament.
Now is a good moment to join together with all of those watching these proceedings to celebrate the democratic processes that delivered our government, who are sitting here today, the National Coalition for Caymanians.
For the newly established government under the Honourable Premier Andre Ebanks, immigration reform was one of the key focus areas, with an amendment to the Public Services Management Act introducing term limits for all civil servants tabled.
The government is bringing a bill to amend the Public Service Management Act, PSMA, to introduce term limits for all non-Caymanian civil servants. These changes are intended to come into force from January next year, affording existing and new civil servants the same term limit and putting in place a 2-year rollover period at the end of the term limit.
And in international news, 2024 was the deadliest year for children in armed conflict. A UN report found 40,000 grave violations, and that sexual violence globally increased a staggering 35%. That report from Al Jazeera.
For the past 20 years, the UN has issued an annual report on abuses and killing of children during armed conflict. This year, the report includes confirmation of more than 1,200 Palestinian kids killed in Gaza. Officials are also trying to verify information on more than 4,000 other children.
In these contexts and beyond, we are witnessing a breakdown in the basic protections each of these children are owed, not just as a legal matter, but as a matter of human decency.
But it's not only being killed and maimed. The report, which only uses cases the UN can verify, also cites what it calls other grave violations against children, more than 40,000 globally, the highest ever recorded.
The scale of destruction and suffering borne by the children of Gaza defies and contravenes every human standard. There is no justification for depriving children of access to the means for their survival, including access to food, healthcare, and security.
And that's it for regional and international news.
We now join Ronaldo Adams for the sports preview.
Thank you so much, Nika. Good evening to you and good evening to our viewers. So, firstly, news in cricket. The first match between Australia and the West Indies, it still hangs in the balance after today's play at the Kensington Oval in Barbados. And we have long have an issue with local-based football players making their mark overseas. Nevertheless, Aston Villa, a prominent Premier League football club, as well as Phoenix Football Academy, they're continuing their partnership to find a solution in that. And of course, the J3's junior and senior trials that's currently underway at the National Stadium. And of course, it's Thursday, so we'll have on court.
All right. There's more to stay for, so stay with us until after the break.
Whenever we get together, and that smile on your face is something to treasure. Yeah.
Grateful that in these special moments, I'm the one that you always chosen.
Thank you, Jamaica, for 50 years of finger-licking good memories. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Yeah.
It's a mighty Friday. First up, we jump online for a laugh in React. Then we'll boost our health in Well Yes with Camila McDonald. We go live and direct with a Brian McKnight and Drew Hill check-in. And your Friday wraps up with the great Nadine Sutherland in Sunrise Film Friday. You've never seen a sunrise quite like this.
In a world where innovation meets tradition, agriculture is evolving like never before. From the latest sustainable farming technologies to age-old practices passed down through generation, agriculture is
precious to me.
I love the animals. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I love working.
Join us right here on CVM TV every Sunday during news at 7 as we explore the people, the science, and the breakthroughs that are shaping the way we grow, eat, and live. You don't want to miss it. This is Farming Forward.
50 years of finger-licking good memories, yeah.
The time by KFC is
7:30.
Welcome back. Now a glance at what's trending online.
So, what's the hot topic online today? 24 babies have reportedly died at Victoria Jubilee's Hospital's nursery in Kingston since June 1, 2025. Sarah has convened a meeting to investigate with possible causes including staffing issues, protocol problems, or a seasonal spike in neonatal deaths. Here are some of your reactions. At Coretta Tomlinson posts, "Oh my God, June 1 to date? My God, that needs investigation. My God, can you imagine the parents and the mother losing a baby during labor or after is so devastating and heartbreaking." At FitGirl_Shari says, 24 is alarming. No context at all. All newly born babies, accidents, illness, goodness. At Mo_Nick876 adds, long time me hear baby mothers a cry about VJH and them baby. It have to reach one a day before they listen. At Shanty65FH shares, then they complain about the decline in birth rate. At Christopher Tufton, at Andrew Homeless JM, what is going on in our health sector? At Nikki Nakaya 7 writes, condolences and may the root cause for this be exposed. Father Yeshua, please comfort those who are grieving the loss of their children. And that's the hot topic online today. Continue to share your thoughts with us on X at CVM TV and CVM_television on Instagram and Facebook. I'm Michael Paul.
It's now time for the Business Report with Joel Crossgill.
Lots to construct with you in the Business Report today regarding the commissioning of a development central to the ambitions of Jamaica's industrialization as the Carib Cement Limited's debottleneck project improving the capacity and energy efficiencies of kiln number 5 came online. Managing Director of Carib Cement Company Limited Jorge Martinez lays the foundations of the occasion's significance.
With the installation of a new main baghouse, a solid fuel dosing system with a storage silo, a CO2 fire suppression system, an inertant system, an upgraded process ducts, a new compressed air system, and a redesigned kiln chimney, we are improving the reliability of our operations at the same time that we are contributing with the efficiency of environmental sustainability. This $42 million, 6.7 Jamaican billion dollars invested represent one of the largest and most transformative investments that in local cement manufacturing we have done in the recent history.
Cemex, a global construction materials company, owns a majority stake in Caribbean Cement Company Limited CCCL through its subsidiary TCL Group. Regional President for Cemex, Alejandro Ramirez, describes it as a success factory for the company and the country.
Cemex Jamaica right now, it's one of the 2 largest operations that we have in our region. Yeah, and it has been growing. This is a success factory for the country, for our employees, for our customers, for everyone involved in this operation. Really, it's a success factory, and we don't see that success story so often. So I want you to feel proud of what we are really building, because definitely we have built a better present, but we are building a better future. Just to give you some numbers, in the last 5 years, we have invested in this operation close to $100 million. The last 5 years, close to $100 million, US dollars. And we are expanding not just to serve the local market, but also to export We want to become an export powerhouse in the region.
A region in which the growing demand for inputs into construction projects are being accelerated by the appetite of Guyana's booming economy, but not exclusively, according to keynote speaker and Prime Minister of Jamaica, Dr. Andrew Holness.
Cranes are going up in Guyana because of oil, but cranes are going up in Jamaica because of policy. I want you for a moment to think that there were many years before now when this plant had no investment. When the prospect for the plant was never for its expansion. When the plant was up for sale because its future was uncertain. What changed?
For Senator Aubin Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce and a former banker, the question was not rhetorical.
As bankers, we look at how much cement is being built and distributed. It's a very key economic indicator. It's the same thing in Jamaica. You look at Jamaica's cement production and distribution 10 years ago, and you will see the difference between then and now, and you look at the built-out space and you see the difference around us. 2 days ago, we were at Garments opening with the Prime Minister. He opened there, I think, 125,000 square feet. The next day, we were at MJS Technology Park that was yesterday, opening another 300 or so square feet. Every single place you go, cement has to use. We opened the Morant Bay Urban Center, cement has to be used. We're looking at now, when we went to Garmex, Factories Corporation is going to build a whole bunch more of thousands of space, more cement. When you look at the private sector, MJS Technology, they told us yesterday they're going to build out another 300,000 square feet, cement everywhere.
It's not as a result of coincidence, but instead confidence, according to Dr. Holness.
There may be those wondering, why am I here gloating over a private sector investment? It's not the government's investment. That is where you make the mistake. Carib Cement, which is owned by a multinational corporation, would not put its capital at risk if it were not certain of the economic program and economic policies of the government of Jamaica. It underscores our commitment to creating a resilient and diversified industrial base that can withstand global economic volatility. And it couldn't come at a better time. Jamaica is in a phase of robust transformation. We are modernizing our infrastructure, reforming our institutions, and restoring confidence in our economy. At the center of this transformation is our commitment to housing and industrial development, two sectors in which we must evolve together. To the people of Jamaica, what we do